Hello everyone and welcome back to more mini motorways. Today we are heading back into Dubai for the wild card challenge. This challenge has 3 modifiers. I'll have one of everything, start with one of each upgrade. Unzoned, houses and destinations can appear anywhere. And mini mysteries. Weekly choices are now a mystery, so we won't know what we're getting until we get it. The scores are pretty terrible for this challenge, with the first major drop off at, what is this, 200, and then another at 1,000, and then basically after 2,500 you have to be super, super lucky. I'm gonna shoot for hopefully past this 2,500 range. I'd like a score between 3 and 4,000, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to do all that. Dubai is one of my better maps. This is basically been proven to me by the rapid growth challenge that I played. I'll put that link up in the info card up here on the right if you would like to go check that video out. It's one of my better scores on Mini Motorways. Probably my best score. And I have a pretty good score on Dubai Classic as well. So maybe we'll do well here. Dubai tends to be one of my better maps. I don't love this spawn with the houses or this yellow population automatically being on the opposite side of the river as this. It doesn't bode well. This green is significantly better. This is much nicer. This is not. This is terrible. Okay. There is the potential that we could maybe take these yellows and turn them this way and then run a bridge up here and over the screen and then around, but I feel like the screen is probably just going to be detached for most of, if not the entire run. Week 1, doesn't matter what we pick. We'll go with right because I'm always right. And then hopefully we'll get a green business or something up here that this little greenhouse can attach to. I am kind of surprised with how quick this green is ticking up. Both of these houses were getting used there for a second. Or, sorry, both of these cars. That's a terrible gray spawn. We are getting absolutely horrendous luck right now with these spawns. We can take this green and run it down and under. Then potentially run this gray around kind of like that. I think that's slightly better, but that's downright horrendous. That's decent. I don't love it. This I do love. These two yellows can come together sort of like that. Maybe I'll even do it just one higher so that this is a right turn that's slightly farther away from the entrance. Week 2, none of your mystery upgrade. Pick whichever one we want. I was hoping for a actual upgrade and not just road tiles, but that's okay. And now we can take this bridge and run it across the river and into here. This is going okay. Leveled up. Not terrible. I think we'll go ahead and replace that traffic light with a roundabout. Something like that. Something like that. Something like that. We're getting more greens over here, which I'm very much liking because the screen just leveled up. We'll probably just go ahead and turn this into a roundabout as well, just to make sure that this doesn't have to deal with too much traffic. That should be fine. I'm hoping we get some more yellow in here, or potentially down here or on this side of the map. Ooh, now that is a really nice green spawn. This is basically perfect. That's kind of mediocre, but here we are. Week 3, another mystery. We get a bridge. That's good. That is one of the things that I was hoping for, because I would like to potentially, eventually, run this yellow up, or these yellows up and into here, and then maybe turn this yellow and have it go down here. But that's all for the future. Right now, everything's doing okay. This is also a really good yellow spawn. This one's kind of mediocre, but these two are basically perfect. Oh, this is another thing with unzoned. Houses and destinations can appear anywhere. Normally, there is a one block or one tile little area around businesses where houses cannot appear. So normally this business would not have been able to appear here because it would have been too close to this house. But that is not the case with unzoned. Just another thing to keep in mind. This blue isn't terrible. I don't love how far this house is from the business, but it's not terrible. Another thing about unzoned is that, like, your populations tend to be far more spread out. Again, we just get road tiles. That's so unfortunate. That's okay. Your populations tend to be far more spread out. So while you may have a population like this, that's pretty far from the business, not that great, you also end up with populations like this, where it's two houses right next to the front door of the business, which is really good. So sometimes you just have to get a little lucky. I'm hoping for some traffic lights for these grays, or maybe even another roundabout. Another roundabout would be very good here. This white we can just run right along, something like that. It might be better to move this so that the white runs here and this road gets left open. But for now, I don't think it matters. We'll leave it as is for now. That gray isn't great. We don't really have a lot of gray over here. We can take from this. This blue isn't getting used too much right now. We can take this gray and run it up. For now. I don't love it, but that's what we have. We do get another bridge, so we can potentially run these grays, these two, up and across. I'd like to avoid that for now if I can. This whole gray intersection thing is just gonna turn into a mess. I genuinely hate it, but this is what we have right now. That blue is far, but it's not bad. Ooh, this one is much better. We can take this blue and send it straight up into there. No problem with that whatsoever. I am going to go ahead and run this gray around like this, just to ensure that we can still get it into here. And then this yellow, I'll just go ahead and run in like that. We don't need any of this extra population yet, but I'd prefer to put it in so that none of this gets blocked off. We have the road tiles for it anyway, so we might as well. We're starting to get some more blue down here. This blue isn't great because it's super far, but we do have this big open area to make the path over here if we need it. So, not super upset about it. This one's a little better. We can go ahead and run it down and then up sort of like that. I'd like to leave a big open space here for gray to spawn. I'd like to get a slightly more uniform gray population than whatever that is going on here. We have 2, 4, 6 gray houses in this one little area for this, which is a pretty good population, but there's like 4 intersections for that one population, and that's not that great. That green isn't terrible. I would have preferred it to spawn one farther away from this gray, so we could have run these greens into this opening. But we will work with what we've got, which is something like this for now. And that should be fine. Green down here is interesting. Our white is really, really struggling. I think what I'm going to do is just something like that for now. Might even go ahead and give this one its own private motorway as well. This yellow just spawned. I'll go ahead and run this yellow up into there. In fact, I'm probably just going to take this yellow that was originally going into this level 2 structure and turn it up as well. 3 yellows should be enough to support this for now. And that will give this just a little extra support. More blue here is very good. Totally disconnected that green. Everything seems to be doing okay. The only thing that's struggling really bad... Ooh, we really need a motorway here. Okay, bridge is good. We'll take a bridge. The only thing that seems to be struggling really badly is this white. And that's just because this is such a distance and the rest of our whites are not much better. For this blue, I think what we're probably going to have to do is either send these up or take one of these motorways back from white and send this little population up and in. I think that will be slightly better than trying to do something crazy with separating this population. So I'm just going to take one of these white motorways back. I'll take this one because it's slightly farther. We'll run this blue into here, something like that, and these blues will go up and into there. Now, if this population up here for this level 2 blue gets really big, 10 houses or something crazy like that, we'll probably split that off and send half of it over here. But for now, this works fine. Another gray here, or another green here. Ooh, and this green just spawned. I don't love that it's right next to the entrance, but it will be very helpful for local traffic. I don't love that white either. Oh no. Okay. What we can do here is send these greens around this white, send this white up and into here. I'm hoping we'll get at least one more white in this little area right here. If we don't, it's not the worst thing ever because we can send this white up and across with a bridge like that. In fact, I'll probably just leave that in, just so that we have that path. And this green can then be supported by a bridge from over here. And I think that works pretty well. We're starting to get a nice little green population down here. Some more yellow, or some more white over here. This white isn't super useful. We could potentially turn this green this way, just to feed in this one extra white. It's probably not necessary right now, but there's no real reason not to put it in there when we have the road tiles for it and the screen isn't struggling terribly. Week 8. Oh boy, what do we pick? Another bridge. I'm pretty happy with that. I'll definitely take another bridge. The screen is starting to struggle, so I think what I'm going to do is just run a little access road for now, just to help him out. We're doing pretty good. Overall, the only thing that seems to be really, really struggling right now is blue, and maybe this green. This green is running out of population, and so is this blue. This gray is really good. I think it might be time to... Ooh, never mind. This blue just spawned, and that's very good. This blue just spawned as well. Okay. Very nice. I think what I'm going to do is move this motorway so it's just slightly off from the entrance so that we don't get a huge backup into the parking lot. That can really slow down how quickly cars can get in and out of the business. We would like to avoid that if possible. Gray here is decent. This green is also pretty decent. Week 9, mystery or mystery. We'll do left. More road tiles. Not what I wanted, but I'm not going to complain about it either. This white come down here. We're getting a whole lot of blue over here. Way more blue over here. I think I'm going to take this motorway and move it here. Now, this is going to struggle while this motorway is despawning and rebuilding, but when it's done, this will have an extra house of support, which is good. We did get a green here, I've just noticed that. This green can just go right into there, and I think that should be fine. I don't love this intersection right at the beginning of this level 2 structure, so I'm going to take this roundabout and just stick it right there. We'll block that off, so hopefully we can still place the roundabout there. This white is really, really bad. We can take from here, potentially. This whole road can go away. This motorway can go away. If we take these 3 whites, thread them into a single road, and then run them up and then across. Something like that. I think that's slightly better. That blue can go up and into there. And then we have this white to play with, as well as this one, which doesn't really help us, but it is 2 more things that we have. I think what I'll do is, because this white is so close to this business, we can take this white and run it this way. Something like that. And then potentially we can get rid of this bridge, get rid of this road, and have this white also run. Something like that. Might be better to make that slightly more efficient. Something like that. Just because of how far this distance is. But for now, that should be okay. Getting more white over here. Very good. Very happy. I did just realize we just passed 1200. So we are just passing that first little, well, that first very big dip in scores. This green is still struggling for population. I was really hoping we would get some more green spawning in here, but it doesn't appear that we're going to get that lucky. So I'm going to go ahead and just do something like this and search for a little green population that we can motorway in, just to support this for now. We'll do something like this. Ooh, I did not mean to draw that crazy thing. Something like that. This is supposed to go this way. That bridge doesn't need to be there. This doesn't need to be there. That doesn't need to be there. Grab this motorway and drag it across and into there. Turn that house, and there we go. Hopefully that should be enough to help this. If it's not, we can find some more green, probably from here. Yep, this green appears to be calming down. More gray here is decent. Send that up into here. Yeah, this white is really struggling with distance. It's the really unfortunate thing. This white just leveled up. You can send the screen over and into here. Week 11, mystery or mystery. I'll take this one. Another bridge. I'll certainly take it. This white. This white. Okay. I think the best thing we can do for it right now is just maybe turn this off and send these whites up through here, just to give it a little extra support for now, because this business can live without this green, but this white cannot live without this extra support right now. This white is going to die if it doesn't get a little extra help. This white spawn is basically perfect. These whites aren't the best. This blue is mediocre. This white is also kind of mediocre. We could potentially turn this so that this white can be connected. Something sort of like that. And then that blue can go there. This blue can go there. Mediocre. Something like that. That gray needs to be connected. Oy. Okay. This green can be disconnected because this doesn't need it right now. This gray really needs it, so we'll do something like that. And something like that for the white. No, we did not need another white business to spawn. Oh gosh, okay. We can do something like that for now. Okay, this is really good. This white house spawning here is very good. I'm a little worried about this blue. But it seems to be doing okay for now, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. This green seems to have calmed down. This yellow just leveled up. Nothing really seems to be struggling too much. I think I'm going to go left. We get another bridge. Okay. That's not bad. I think I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this. Just because we did just get a lot of whites along here. So hopefully this plus this population should be able to support this. I'm a little worried about this gray. I think I'm just going to go ahead and connect this extra one in there. This blue spawn is really good. What we can do is send these blues into this business, just because it's the closest, and then take these blues and send them on a slightly farther journey. Ooh, we should actually do it above this yellow, and then something sort of like that. It's not the cleanest, it's not the prettiest, but I think it is the most efficient. Then we can potentially run this white into there, something like that. That white can go into there, that white can go into there. More blue. Yeah. This green seems to be ticking up again. This gray is really ticking up. This gray is mostly just a traffic issue. I was really hoping we would get some more traffic management things by now, but we've been getting a lot of bridges. Our luck is really not panning out right now. What I'm going to do is turn these yellows onto a bridge. We're going to sacrifice our yellow efficiency just a little bit to get this green just the tiniest bit more population. Right there. We're getting a lot of yellow in this top right. I do like how close this blue is. Ooh, we finally get another motorway. Okay, good. I do like how close this blue is, but I don't want to put it on this side of the entrance because I'm worried it will destroy the traffic coming into and getting out of this parking lot. So if we do thread it through here, it's going to intercept this green and then come back out on the other side and go into there. Which I think I'll just go ahead and do. I'll leave it like that just to see how it works out for now. More yellow here is decent. Nothing seems to be struggling. This gray is probably still our biggest issue, just traffic-wise. This gray just spawned. It's not terrible. I don't love it, but it's not the worst spawn we could have gotten. Do something like that. Turn these whites off just so these are getting prioritized. This yellow seems to have just run out of population. So we're going to need to look for a way to get it some more population. I think I'm going to take right this time. Another bridge. Okay. I was really, really hoping for a roundabout, but it's okay. We're still doing really, really well. I just realized we just passed 3,000, which we are officially in my hopeful score range of 3 to 4K. Hopefully we can get a little farther than that. I'd like to get this yellow and this yellow and this yellow some more population. If we can figure out a way to do that that's not going to completely destroy traffic for the entire map. The thing is, we have a lot of yellow population. We've got this whole bundle of yellow up here. We've got this here. We've got this up here. But we don't have a very good way to get it to any of these populations. So I think what I'm going to do is actually completely get rid of this yellow population for this business and send it up and into here for this. And then I'm just going to motorway these 3 yellows into here. So this is an extra house more than what this had before. And it's on a motorway, so it should be more efficient. So hopefully that will be able to manage this. We'll see. This blue can connect into there. I'd like to get these 2 yellows into here somehow if I can, but I'm just not sure how I can do that with this blue road and this gray road already running through here. I don't love it. That blue is certainly interesting. Oh no, and our gray is struggling with traffic again. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. This gray was supporting this. I think gray is surging. Is that what's happening? Yes. So this gray is pipping up a lot, this gray is pipping up a lot, and these 2 are pipping up a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on getting as much support to these level 2 structures as possible. So if that means we have to intrude on some of the efficiency of some of our other things, then that is what we will have to do. So for now, we'll do something like this for this gray to get some extra support, and we will take this gray and send it down and into here. This gray hopefully will be able to last with what it's got. If it's not, we can do something like this, but that's really going to mess with this yellow's ability to function. I'd like to get these 4 grays into here somehow if I can, but I just don't have a good traffic management system to do that. I don't love it. We'll see. This blue is immediately not good. We can send these blues into there. We can take and send some of these blues into here. All of this traffic is going to be awful and disgusting and horrible, but it's just what we've got right now. This blue can go into there. I think we can take and just send these blues across this bridge and into here so we don't have to move this motorway. So I think if we move this motorway right now, this will die. If we get another motorway, we can potentially move it and try and make something happen there. But if we move it right now, I think that motorway will die. Or this blue will die. It might die anyway. I think we're running out of population here. We might be coming close to the end. We did just hit 3,500. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Week 15. More traffic lights. Not what I wanted. We can do something like that to Get this extra blue in there. That gray is dying. Ah! Okay. We can do something like that. Cut across these whites with something resembling an intersection. Something like that. Not the best. This is probably the end. But... Ooh, this blue calmed down. It's gray? I don't know. I don't think we have any more gray to give. Ah, okay. We can attach this gray to here and then send it into there, and that might help. I don't know. I'm kind of pulling on strings at this point. We can do the same thing with these two grays because they're not getting used by this gray anymore. I'm not sure what's supposed to be attached to what anymore. This is an entire traffic mess. I think this has calmed down. I think we're going to survive that particular surge. I don't know how much longer we're going to survive, but that particular surge we managed to live through. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. I think I'm going to get rid of this bridge. So these whites will just go off into wherever they decide to go off into. Send these blues up by one road. Something like that. That will give us 2 more greens to send into here with something sort of like that. Gosh, these motorways are really in the way. Okay, yeah, that should be good. Something like that with these 2 greens coming together. And then once we get this bridge back, we can send this white across on a bridge. Ooh, okay, this white is really struggling now. So we can turn these 2 onto here because we still got 2 houses down here. We still got 3 down here that aren't getting used. And that should be enough to handle this situation. Hopefully. Maybe. Maybe? I don't know. Week 16, another bridge. Okay. We can turn these onto here with something like that. A lot of micromanaging going on right now. That can get turned onto there. That can get turned onto there. Something like this. We'll put a traffic light there for better traffic management. And I think all of this white is connected right now. So there's really no reason why this should die other than poor traffic management, which it does kind of have pretty poor traffic management right now. If it keels over because of that, I won't be surprised and I won't be disappointed. I think we're going to be okay. I think they appear to be calming down. We did just pass. We are about to pass 4,500. So that's our other goal passed. Dubai is my lucky map, I guess. Looks like this gray is really struggling. That does make sense because the only gray support that it has is this one little house. I don't really know where else we can grab any gray for it. If we had just like one more motorway, we could send these grays in and it would be perfect and would work amazingly. We don't have that. So I think what we're going to do is send these grays in, something like that. Do something like this with these grays. So if this needs extra support, it can take from here. But this will get 2 extra houses, and that's just hopefully going to be good enough. Oh no. I don't think it's going to be good enough. I don't think we're going to make it through this one. No. Okay. Is there anywhere else we can pull gray from? This gray can go down and then around through this whole mess. This gray is already getting used. think all of the gray on the map is getting used or is just completely like, stuck somewhere where we can't really get it to where it can be used. We can turn these two grays this way, but I don't know that they'll make it in time to actually be useful. I think we might be nearing the end here. I'd like 5K if this can survive that long, but I don't know that we make it. I think this dies. Oh, he calmed down. Okay. Now we just have to solve everything else that just started crying as our gray was struggling. Okay. This gray is now dying. It's because we connected it here that this gray is now dying. That's what's happening. Another mystery upgrade. More traffic lights. I've never gotten traffic lights this many times in a single run in my entire life. There we go. Now we die. Alright. We did pass 5K. I am very happy with that. Let's go ahead and see. Alright. Get our border. And this. There we go. I'm not sure where we could have made it more efficient. I feel like everywhere we could have made it more efficient. This gray has been a mess since the beginning of the run. This was a mess since we put this motorway here. This bridge was a mess since it had 4 different color populations running across it. This whole side of the map was absolutely disgusting. Like, this has green and white and gray all running across it. Same for this. I think just separating out this into individual populations probably would have helped, but we just didn't have enough cars in each individual population to handle each business because of how jankily all of the houses spawned. That was pretty difficult, but let's go and see how we place. We did do really well. Let's see. Top 3%. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see. 323rd. All right, I'll take it. I'm pretty happy with that. That was not terrible. Anyway, that was the wildcard challenge in Dubai. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, whatever you're feeling, whatever makes you happy, and I will see you in the next one.